first home game of the year, a new student drop-off for car riders, and a message from administration. Good afternoon, Dutch Fork. Today is Friday, September 13th, and your Silver Screen Report starts now. Mini makeup distribution was Wednesday morning. Daniel Hudson picks it up.
Distribution of iPads recently occurred for those who missed the original handout date.
I think some of it was just confusion with the paperwork. There were some signatures that were missing. A few people forgot to check off a certain box. Maybe they were debating whether to get the optional protection plan, or they might have been considering getting their own device.
Well, I forgot to turn in my forms, and in forgetting to turn them in, I lost them. So then it took some time to remember to get some new forms.
The makeup distribution contained the same instructions as the regular one a week earlier.
It's definitely going to be a change. The not breaking it is going to be hard. I've been watching people play with it all week, so I pretty much know what to do.
It was shorter than the regular distribution. Like I was in the class when they first gave them out. It was a very long and extensive.
Although it is unfavorable to come in early on a Wednesday, iPad recipients showed up promptly for the handout.
Well, obviously I wasn't too happy about it, but I figure there's no other real time to get it done, so I'd rather just get it done just get it over with.
I thought the makeup session went fantastic. The network held up well, and the students were on time. They had a lot of people to get through, and everything just went great.
Well, I had to wake up a little bit earlier than I usually do regular morning, so I was kind of mad.
This has been Daniel Hudson for your Silver Screen Report.
The annual college fair was Wednesday. Jamie Mason reports.
Juniors and seniors milled around the arena on Wednesday as more than 70 colleges and universities were represented at the college fair.
I really liked how a whole bunch of colleges went. I was really surprised how many were there. Anderson was there, which is where I want to go, so I got shot to them. But yeah, it was really cool.
I think it was very useful. It kind of got us out there looking to see what colleges could offer us and what we could offer different colleges.
The feedback that I've received from students is that it was very helpful with allowing them to meet with college representatives to talk about scholarship opportunities, majors, and other options that are available to them.
With the limited amount of time, students had to plan wisely.
I have a senior study hall first block, so when I came in, I had about 5 minutes to go look around, which really sucked.
It was kind of short, but I guess it depends on the case you were. If you found everything you needed, then I guess it was a little long, but for those who actually were interested and wanted to find out what every college had to offer, it wasn't as long as it could have been.
There were some students that felt that they didn't have as much time as they would have liked, but unfortunately, we have no control over the schedule. Our desire is for it to be longer because we do put a lot of effort into planning the event.
The annual tradition will continue next year.
I do think that we're going to continue. There has been some discussion about combining the effort with the other high schools in the district, but that hasn't happened. So at this point, I would say that we'll probably have it here at our school.
This has been Jamie Mason for your Silver Screen Report.
Drivers now drop off kids at the back of the school. LJ Finney checks it out.
The new card rider line is now available in the back of the school.
It's really efficient and convenient because it's out of the way and it's in the back, so there's not like a big cluster of people trying to get in, get out. It's pretty smooth.
I think it's made things a little easier, but there's still a whole lot of congestion and we still have to leave very early to get here on time and be in the parking lot by 8 o'clock.
I think if we would have been able just to go back through the front again, it would have been easier still.
It's more efficient for the school and for the people who go through it, but I kind of feel like it's a waste of money because I mean, all the people who go through it in the morning, it kind of holds you up if you're coming from the other direction.
Students take the challenge of adjusting to the new traffic pattern.
I have to come back through the traffic in the line, and I feel like the light's a lot slower now. than it used to be. So with time, I guess.
It feels kind of weird because it's like a long winding road, so it doesn't even feel like you're going to Dutch Fork. It just feels like you're going to a totally different place.
Even though the pattern is new, there is still room for improvement.
I think it's definitely better, but it still could improve on from what it was.
I think parents are happy because in order to drop the kids off, they have a better route to take.
I like the back better because first, it's not that long of a walk to where my first class is, since it's in the back, and my first classes are usually towards the back.
They could have it two ways, like going in the front and the back, or maybe just through the middle school for parents to drop middle schoolers and high schoolers off. And then buses could definitely, instead of going through the light, they could go around or make a new road.
This has been LJ Finney with your Silver Screen Report.
Earth Club's recycling programs have started back this year. Jared Newman goes green.
Dutch Fork students and faculty are encouraged to recycle more and will have a special teal bin for recycling paper.
Dutch Fork Recycling, we are basically recycling three things: paper, aluminum cans, and bottles. This year, Dr. Owings got us some green bins for the paper, and so the paper is going to be recycled by Mr. Crumlin's class. Every Friday, the teachers are going to put out green bins for the paper, and they will take them away. The blue bins will be containing cans and bottles. They'll go down into a recycle bin by the stairwell, and the Earth Club's going to help me recycle those where they need to go.
Student Council has some influence over the recycling program, but has no direct involvement.
This year's Student Council, I think we're going to play a little minimal role in recycling, and we're going to let the other group that does recycling kind of take the run point on that and kind of take the lead on that. But if push comes to shove, we'll actually hop in there and promote them through that.
Dutch Fork continues to hold its high rank in the amount of recycled materials.
Every single year we have recycled the most, including last year. We recycled way more than anybody else. We actually lost to Chapin High School based upon the number of students. They did weight by the number of students that they had. They had gotten a third recycling bin, and so per student they had more than us.
Recycling benefits could be like cut down on waste, like more room for like natural resources and trees and parks and all that kind of things, and it really helps like clean South Carolina and our school up.
This has been Jared Newman for your Silver Screen Report.
Tonight is Dutch Fork's first home game of the year. Jamie Gilbert Fitzpatrick scores the touchdown.
The Silver Foxes have big expectations for this upcoming season.
Last year we reached the state championship, so this year we fully hope to go to state championship and win. Of course, we've got to take care of the preseason business, and the region play will also be tough, and we want to also be region champs. But our ultimate goal, of course, is to go to Clemson and win the state championship.
As a team, we've had to come together. We've worked really hard throughout the entire summer, and I think we'll win the state championship this year.
Hopefully make it back to state, and actually win it. Hopefully it's a different outcome than it was last year.
Varsity football has continuously improved over the years.
Coach Dixon and Coach Wright do a great job in the weightlifting and the speed training. So I'm real pleased with our work ethic. Then I think our overall knowledge of the scheme and the game of football has improved, and I think that's really helping us to do a lot of things.
Coach Dixon does the best that he can to get us big, and that's where other teams don't have our capabilities.
Putting in some hard work on and off the field, weight room too, trying to make it out, get to the next level.
This has been Jamie Gilbert Fitzpatrick with your Silver Screen Report.
For this week's Kids in the Hall, we asked students what their expectations are for the game.
I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Dutch Fork's going to win.
I think Dutch Fork's going to win.
I feel that hopefully Dutch Fork will be able to pull out a win.
We have a pretty solid team this year. We went to state last time, so I'm pretty sure we're going to smoke them.
The Dutch Fork swim team has been practicing and is ready for the up-and-coming season. Ariana Mount dives in.
The scent of chlorine fills the air from Monday to Thursday nights as Dutch Fork swimmers take on the pool at the Northwest YMCA, practicing hard for their upcoming meets.
We are very, very close-knit.
if you're in a bad mood, the team can see that, and we will do our best. Like, we'll mess with you till you start smiling.
Pretty close, but there's like a bunch of cliques. Like the younger kids tend to hang out with each other more than they do like younger and older kids.
Well, the girls hang out, like spend the night at each other's houses.
Coach Katie Broussard challenges the team with hard practices.
For me, it's unusual to have practice that often because I only had about once or twice a week. So I think it was first very hard to get into the rhythm of doing that.
We do sets where we work on sprinting. We do some racing usually at the end of practices.
Probably some of the practices, because some of them are pretty hard and challenging.
Coach Katie, some of her practices will make you want to cry and scream.
One of the practices, it's a lot of swimming back and forth, and it's kind of tiring.
All swimmers share a common goal of success for the season.
My expectations for the team, like for us to just get better as the season goes on so we can all get better times and get better together.
My expectations for the team will be, that we swim hard and we put up a good effort.
Swimmers appreciate the dedication of their coach.
Yeah, our coach, Coach Katie, she's teaching us, and she's like a bit of partner and a friend because she's really very cool. I like her a lot.
She cares about you genuinely. She looks out for the well-being of the team.
The Northwest YMCA, this has been Ariana Mount for your Silver Screen Report.
The SAT word of the week is deft, an adjective meaning skillful, capable. The administration of Dutch Fork wants to inform the student body of important rules and regulations.
Hello, my name is Randy Gold. I'm an assistant principal at Dutch Fork High School, and one of my main jobs is facilities and operations of the school, but some other things that I do is like Saturday to make up attendance. Our attendance program is mandated by state law. We have, and a lot of kids don't know this, but you're allowed 5 excused or unexcused absence per year. Anything over that requires you to make up for a year-long class. For semester classes, you require 3 excused or unexcused absences. Anything over that allows you to have to make up those days. We offer a SAMP, that's Saturday after-school program. That's offered one time for half-semester courses in December or January. Those dates are coming. The other SAMPs for year-long classes are offered in May, June, and as early as April. So be on the lookout for those. But just so you guys know that 5 absences for year-long classes, 3 absences for semester classes.
Hi, I'm Tamara Turner. I have been teaching physical science at Dutch Fork High School for 7 years. I wanted to introduce myself. I will be joining the administration team here at Dutch Fork High School. I'm excited about the transition process. I'll be responsible for students whose last names start with the letters S through Z.
At Dutch Fork High School, we want you to wear an ID from the time you walk into the building till the time you leave. If you come in the morning, you don't have an ID, tell your first period teacher and ask your first period teacher to order you an ID. Once first block is over with, if you haven't ordered an ID and you're seen without an ID by the administrator, you're going to get detention and still have to purchase an ID. We have a dress code. I'd like for you to review it in the student handbook. Basically, things for ladies, the dresses or shorts have to be pretty close to your knee, no more than 2 ID cards away from the knee. Young men, you have to wear sleeves in your shirt. We ask you to dress appropriately. We don't want you to wear items on your head, or rather hats on your head, in the building. Scarves for young ladies are fine, no hats on your head. We've had some issues with cell phones. We have cell phone times. We have areas in the building, mostly the commons and the cafeteria, where you can use a cell phone. We ask you not to use them at any other time. If your cell phone is taken, your parent has to come get it, and each time it's taken, the violation is worse, and so the penalty is worse. Please review your handbook so you'll know what the cell phone penalties are. This year, students, our bus situation is entirely different. As you know, we have more students going to Cape. We also have a lot of students going to Spring Hill. The best thing I can tell you is, especially after school, immediately go to your bus. Get on your bus. Often we're going to have to wait for the spring Spring Hill buses to get here, and those students unload and come get on the buses also. But get on your bus, we're already having students getting left because they didn't get on the bus immediately. Review your student handbook. We expect you to get to class on time. When you get your fourth tardy, the penalties start. Look at the penalties. It's an awful lot of time you can end up spending in detention hall for tardies. We ask you not to loiter in the hallways during classes, in between classes, and then run to class at the last second. We also ask you to stay on the hall you're on if you have a bathroom pass. In other words, don't be on the second floor and go up to the third floor bathroom if you have permission to go to the bathroom. Stay on the floor and go to the bathroom closest to your room. We have 4 lunches here. You're only entitled to go to one of them per day, whichever one you're assigned. When you're at lunch, please stay seated, of course, unless you're getting up to take your trash or to get more food. We have to do this. We have about 500 kids in every lunch of the 4 lunches, and as you can imagine, it gets pretty crowded in there. So please stay in your seats, and please take your plates and your trash at the end of lunch. Please make sure you exit the building at the end of the school day. Obviously, some of you have to go to your locker or maybe go back and talk with the teacher, but generally speaking, you should be out of the building by 4 o'clock. If you're still in the building after 4 o'clock, you need to be with a teacher or a coach. Otherwise, that's a violation. It's an out-of-area violation, and it results in detention.
Parking lot. Students are not to go out to the student parking lot for any reason. If you have to go out to the student parking lot, you got to go through the main office and sign out through there. Students with cars can only go out there once a month. So there's no reason for you to go out to the student parking lot more than that. During your lunch, you're not allowed to go out to the student parking lot. In between class, you're not allowed to go out to the student parking lot. So make sure that if you go out there, you got the proper signatures from up front or from administrator. Textbooks. If you need a textbook, go to the main office. You can see Ms. Riker, Ms. Cates, or myself, and we can exchange that book for you. If your book is damaged, then you need to turn it in or let Ms. Riker know, or let Ms. Cates know, or let me know, and we can get that book exchanged for you. If you damage the book, then there will be a fine assessed with that book at the end of the year. Student drop-off and pickup area. As you know, we got a new drop-off and pickup area. It's in the back of the school. So when the bell rings at the end of the day, make sure that you are headed towards that area if you get picked up at the end of the school day. At the beginning of the school day, when you get dropped off back there behind the school, behind the cafeteria, make sure you're coming up the stairs and you just go straight to the commons area. That's the only area that you're allowed to be in during that time. Sexual harassment, bullying, and other inappropriate behavior. You should not be involved in any one of these behaviors, but if you know about it or you see it going on, please let someone know. Let an adult know, let your teacher know, let an administrator know so we can deal with the situation. The worst thing you could do is not let us know and it continue to go on and not get addressed. PBIS this year, we've got a lot of different gifts and awards to give out this year. So please make sure that you're being respectful, reputable, and responsible around school. And we will be trying to recognize you the best we can this year. Hope everyone has a great year. If you have any questions to anything that's going on around school, please feel free to come see Mr. Pollock or one of your other administrators. Thank you.
I'm Ms. Longshore, and I'm the Assistant Principal for Instruction. I have just a few points that I would like to share with you that I know will help you be successful in the classroom this year. First, all students are reminded of the Honor Code. Each student must accept the personal responsibility to exhibit and promote academic and social integrity. Please read pages 28 through 30 of the Student Handbook, which can be found on our website. In order for you to one day compete in a global society, you will need to possess the 21st century skills that will make you excellent communicators, creators, critical thinkers, and collaborators. We are excited about the I-5 project, which will ensure that our teachers have the tools they need to provide the very best instruction, and that all students will have the tools they need to perform at optimum levels. The focus of this project will be on how to use technology to improve teaching and learning. The iPad mini is an instructional tool and should always be used as such. Students may not capture, record, or transmit the words or images of any student, staff member, or other person without their consent. Students may not use the iPad mini to take pictures or record video or audio in locker rooms, bathrooms, or on school buses, and is only permitted in the classroom when deemed appropriate by the teacher and used for educational purposes only. And most importantly, students should never leave their iPad unattended. You must keep your iPad with you at all times. The school is not responsible for loss or theft. Please also remember that midterm and final exams cannot be made up unless you have received prior approval from me. There are only 3 valid reasons for missing an exam: death in the immediate family, confirmed move out of the district, or illness as confirmed by a doctor. Out-of-town trips should not be scheduled during exams. And finally, remember that at Dutch Fork High School, we want every student to be academically successful. So we encourage you to keep the lines of communication open with your teachers and attend their academic assistance. Let your teachers know when you're struggling or have things that are bothering you. You are also encouraged to use ALEC as a place to make up missed assignments and tests, receive tutoring, or study. ALEC is open Monday through Thursday, 8:15 to 5:15, and Friday, 8:15 to 3:45. Attend school regularly and do your homework every day. And remember that study homework is just as important as the written homework that gets turned in. We hope you have a wonderful school year, and please see one of us at any time if you have a question or concern.
Students, please do not update your district-owned apps on your iPads. District apps will update automatically. If you have any iPad-related questions, visit the iCare Center in the Commons before school or during all lunches. Underclassmen makeup pictures are Monday all day in the auditorium. Senior makeup pictures are September 23rd all day in the auditorium. Remember, this is your last chance to be in the yearbook. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Boom! There we go. Oh, I heard that. Sorry. Boundaries for brownies. Gilbert Phillips.
Gilbert.
It's funny. I got her last name right. It's been participating and it's practicing.